Good evening, everybody. Can you guys hear me? You have to give me 1 second.
Yeah, I can hear
Uh,
you.
okay, good, good. My
Hey,
computer
everyone.
is updating, and I'm trying to do this on my phone. So give me 1 second. Linda, can
Okay.
you start the
Yeah.
introduction? I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk Autism. And Nita's updating her computer. Hey, Becca. Um, hey, Heidi and Teresa. Hey, hey, Kelly. How's everyone today? By the way, I'm Linda, and Nita will be on shortly. How's everyone doing? I have an autism meltdown because of change. You're having a meltdown now, or that's when you have them, is when there's change? That's good, Teresa. Doing better, just getting over well, glad you're feeling better. You going through a lot of changes right now, Becca? Hey, Charles.
Okay. I think I shared it everywhere. Let Miss, Mr. Charles. I put. Let me see. Make sure I did that too. It's so hard to maneuver on the phone. I'm so used to the computer. Oh, there he is. Okay.
What are you barking at?
Yeah,
Huh?
I'm
That's not
I'm
our
Nita
dogs, is it?
and
Okay.
Sammy,
Hey,
he's
Charles.
in.
how are you all doing, Nita and Linda?
Okay, I'm at 64%. It's going to take one more minute, you guys.
Oh, okay.
Hold down the fort, Linda.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
doing
One
good,
second.
Charles. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing
Okay.
fine, doing fine. Yeah, we were at our meeting today, and I realized I'd forgotten to put the dinner in the slow cooker, so we had to do something else for lunch, and then had the Jamaican jerk chicken for dinner.
Oh, okay. What time is your meeting this year?
It's at 10 o'clock now.
Oh, okay.
It was at 1 in the afternoon last year, but now we flip flop with one other congregation, so they have afternoon this year.
Oh, yeah, us too. We're at um we're at 1 this year.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Um yeah,
yeah.
so we just got back a little bit ago. Um Becca says people tell me stuff and I believe it, but I ask my one-to-one and they say it's not true. How old are you? Becca? Do you have a one-to-one at school or work? Hey Kelly, and Shemay Andrews. Hi.
Hello. I can't see the comments, but I'm still I'll say hi.
Becca's talking about having meltdowns. So do you have a one-to-one at work? He says she is 34. Teresa, how's everything going with David? I can now see it. Oh, I wonder why. Teresa says she can't see anyone's comments. I have that helps me. A behavioral therapist. So do you work what do you I guess where are you coming across these people in the community? Or do you live in a residential or assisted living? He's doing good. That's good. That's always good to
I'm
hear.
at 87%. Give me 1 minute.
Almost there. Oops.
Okay. Once you're there, we'll all be able to see the comments.
Might be because the way I don't know, it seems like it should still be able to be seen, but and you can't see the comments, Charles?
No, I can't see them. Not where I'm sitting.
Probably, yeah. Can you put them on the screen, Linda? Are you able
Yeah. Oh,
to?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll do
Okay.
that.
Be right back.
Okay. Mm,
Okay, there we go. Now I see the
okay.
comment. Yeah. Yeah. Behavior therapy. Yeah.
And David's doing good. Um, what did Becca?
Sister-in-law. Okay.
I saw. I don't know what happened to that comment, but I saw that Becca said she lives in assisted living.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
1 second, guys. Sorry. Sorry. Go ahead, Charles.
is she on the spectrum or? All right, have we all gone silent?
I'm still here. I'm just waiting on the computer. Almost done. I'm at 90%.
I see. A computer is still updating. Yeah.
Yeah. Should be hopefully another 2 minutes. One
Yeah.
second, you guys. Be right back.
Sometimes you get those long updates.
Okay. Sorry. I'm back, guys. Oh, sorry. My dogs are barking too. Nita, let me know if it gets too loud. Victoria. Hey, Victoria.
And Victoria,
Hey, Lori.
all I see is Becca's comment, but
Oh, I'm sorry. So there's Kelly. She says she
hi
can see
Kelly
hers.
and hi Victoria.
Victoria, and then there is Becca again. She's referring yes to assisted living. And Lori.
Hi Lori.
Good evening.
Well, what was that last thing from Becca? I missed it. Hi Lisa.
And Becca. I have a reborn doll that I sleep with sometimes that I carry around that helps. That's good.
Okay.
Do you feel like it's like security? Emily used to always have something. Um, and then it was different things through different years, but then she kind of outgrew that.
Yeah.
Still here. So hey everybody. I do apologize. My computer is updating. I am now at 94%. So hopefully it's getting ready to speed up a little bit.
I know often those last few percentage points are the slowest ones.
Uh, 95. It would as soon as I logged onto the computer,
Yeah.
it was like update. I'm like, what the heck?
Becca kind of reminds me of how my late second wife, Alois, went out and bought those 3 lifelike dolls so we could have some children to show for our efforts.
Wait a minute. She did what?
She went out and bought 3 lifelike dolls at one point early in our marriage, so we could have 3 children to show for our efforts.
Oh, oh wow.
Ones that we named Quanisha, Xerxes, and Tashima.
Oh yeah, I think I remember you telling
Yeah,
us that.
yeah.
Okay, I'm at 97%. 99. Okay. Okay, here we come. Here we come. Can we come on now? Okay, it's at 100%. Let's see if it restarts. Be right back, you guys. Right back.
Sure you can, Lisa. It's an open discussion. Well, that's good. He's got something that keeps him company. That's good though. That he has that.
Emily used to have
Yeah.
a little portable DVD player, and we used to that was before we knew I think that was before we knew autism was there.
Yeah.
And then she had a teddy bear. She had my cookbook. She had a blankie. Yeah, it was just different things through the years.
Yeah, Lisa. Yeah, well, it's good to have you with us, Lisa. And if you have a question, even if you think it's off topic, we'll
Okay,
be
I'm,
glad
I'm
to hear
about
it.
to log out of here and see if I can get on this computer now.
Okay.
Be right back.
Yeah, there's not a specific topic today, anyways. Hey, Kanyana. Oh, and
Jana.
she says Daniel's attached to. She says my son is attached to his iPad. How is he? How's he doing?
Yeah, there's usually something you can use to dissolve super glue. Yeah, and I mean the medications. The whole story varies from one person to the next and you know, I mean, you know, you're the grandmother, and you probably best know the whole situation, and you know how much confidence you have in that doctor. Whether if the doctor says that different that adding Prozac will help, then if you trust the doctor, go ahead with it. If you're not sure, if you don't have good vibes about that doctor, maybe get another opinion. Anita.
Uh-huh. I was reading that. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of a yeah, like Charles said, it's kind of like a specific to the person thing. And of
Yeah.
course the doctor would have to prescribe any of these medications. But it's I hate to say it, but because everybody's different, it's trial and error.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Part of though you can go with what kind of vibes you have about that doctor. If you feel good about the doctor, you trust the doctor, go ahead with what the doctor says. If you're dubious about that doctor from your experience up to now with him or her, then maybe get a second opinion and before adding another medication.
Yeah, but you probably like Linda said, it's gonna be trial and error with whatever you try. Um, I know DeAndre was given clozapam, I want to say, because of his hand rolling and anxiety all the time, and that made him really aggressive. Not aggressive and like he would just kind of be off. You know what I'm saying?
What did they give him? Clonazepam?
Colo- yeah, clozapam.
Klonopin? Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's like an benzodiazepine. So it's like related to like Valium.
Okay.
Um, and
Yeah, it,
Emily
it
was
would make
given.
him sleepy,
Mm-hmm.
but like when he would come down, or
Mm-hmm.
he was a different person.
Oh
So
man.
I immediately take him off of that. Now, what the doctor did was he kept the prescription going and just told me to, hold on. He just stopped it because I told him I haven't used any of the bottles. I keep them in
Mm-hmm.
the cabinet just in case. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I had to really, you know, that was really
Yeah.
a trial and error right there.
And I think it's too like with autism and ADHD, we don't know. I think the chance of the medications affecting them different is greater. Like Benadryl will normally not make them sleepy,
Right.
and caffeine may want calm them
Yeah.
down.
Okay.
Um, I know
Isn't
with
that
Emily,
something?
yeah, I know,
Mhm.
like with me, I know caffeine makes me tired.
Okay.
I can take my ADHD medicine and go right to sleep. Like it's just it, and it's a stimulant, but I think it's just but then again, they give people with ADHD a stimulant to calm them down, which we know is the opposite for somebody who's neurotypical.
Mhm.
Um, Emily was prescribed Ativan, lorazepam, which
Okay.
is related to clonazepam. It's in the
Okay.
same class, and that made her she would get tired, but it made
Okay.
her so emotional. And it's
Oh,
an
she got
anti-anxiety.
emotional.
Yeah, it's an anti-anxiety
Mhm.
medication,
Right.
but oh my goodness, she would just be in the tears and crying over everything.
Okay.
So yeah, I did the same thing. I kept the prescription. It's still in her file, but we haven't used it because it just doesn't seem worth it.
Right. Right. I was like, ooh, that was scary.
When was that he was on that?
This not too long ago.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah, I was gonna say
I
I
want
never
to
heard that.
say, November. No,
Okay.
November. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was September, because
Okay.
that's when he was really, doing the hands,
Hmm.
and he done it so bad. Some of his skin done rubbed off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
so we were hoping that would just calm him down. He gave him a low
Hmm.
dose. It was 5 milligrams, but
Mm.
he would get really sleepy. And it was like once it start either wearing off or whatever, he just turned into a totally different person. Now, the first couple times, I just shook it off as okay, he's just having a moment, you know.
Hmm.
But then I'm like, no, this is not right. And
Yeah.
once I took him off, he was back to, himself. So I was like, oh no, we can't do this.
Yeah. And that medication normally would work. They use it for Tourette syndrome too.
Okay.
And movement disorders and
Hmm.
anxiety disorders. So it would be something that should work. But yeah, like I said, it I think people on the spectrum have a greater chance of the medication affect them differently.
Hmm. Hey, Kenyana.
Kenyana. Yeah. Well, that's good. You keep hanging in there, Kenyana.
The behaviors are self-injurious. Okay. So
Yeah.
was one of the reasons, I guess, Prozac. I don't know too much about Prozac. What class is that in, Linda? You know?
Yeah, Prozac is a SSRI, a serotonin rep inhibitor. Um, so it's an antidepressant.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that people can also take those for anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah. I know my daughter is on some kind of medicine for ADHD, but I don't remember. She's told me, and I don't remember what it is. But she was diagnosed late in life with ADHD only a few years ago, and she says it's helped her to concentrate a lot better.
Now, Lisa, you say behaviors and self-injuries. Now, what other things have you done besides medication to kind of redirect? Um, and what type of self-injuries? What? Give me that. Give me that. What are you doing now? Grandma says, you see, you don't want that. See, I told you don't want it. You just, your eyes is just big. Hi, Becca. She says music disorders and ADHD very common in ASD too.
Yeah,
Music, what music disorders? She must mean something else.
yeah.
Maybe muscle?
Maybe muscle disorders. She means
Oh,
maybe
muscle. Oh,
muscular,
mood. She
maybe
said mood. Mood
mood
disorder.
disorders. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm reading Temple Grandin's book about and she and it's kind of no accident that I'm both mathematical and musical. But that's a whole different story.
Kelly says I had to take my son off of Prozac because it caused more. Okay, behavior issues. Yeah, so as with anything, it may work one way for one and another way for someone else. Yeah. So, yeah, trial and error. What did you eventually have to do, Kelly? Did you put him on another medication, another type? Kenyana says Daniel is currently in Kepra, but they are trying to put him on ADHD medication and mood stabilizers. But I'm trying to hold off on those. Well, if you can hold off on them, yeah, yeah, that's good though. But some, I will say, some medications are really needed and they help for like India. And I'm not telling you to get medication, but some medication we did our trial and error. We're finally at the Adderall. We're at 25 milligrams in the 25 milligrams in the, he takes in the morning, and then he takes his booster 10 milligrams in the afternoon, and that really helps him to kind of stay focused, and he's not all up once it's there. Once it wears off is a different story, but um, he's more calmer. It works perfect for him, and he can do his schoolwork like he's supposed to instead of being up. And for a minute, we had because we had to up the medication, and for a minute, he would get off the bus, and they try to give the students independence. So when they get off the bus, they are to walk to their class, you know, without anybody escorting them, right? Well, DeAndre wanted to be, you know, a little explorer. So when he got off the bus, instead of going straight, he would cut a left and go down the opposite hall, getting into stuff. And this
Mm,
was just a couple months ago. So that's why once we gave him this was the third increase for that. So now he's at the third increase, I guess because he's older or it just wears after so long. But now he focuses and he's listening a little better.
Yeah, the way it's hard because when we give our kids medication, we can't just ask them, "How do you feel? What does it
Right.
do for you?" We have to watch for side effects. And
Mhm.
those side effects sometimes, like, somebody might be able to say the first time they take something, "Oh, I don't like the way it makes me feel nervous." We don't get those things, but they come out in behaviors. And then on the opposite end of things, we have to look for the success of it.
Yeah.
So just because it's not causing a side effect, but okay, now are they benefiting from it? So, and again, with no words, but watching behaviors.
Mhm.
So that's a hard thing. I know when I take my ADHD medicine, if I was to say like someone was turning channels, that
Mhm.
was like my brain without the medication. And when I'm
Okay.
on the medication, it's like it's one channel and I can stay focused. When it starts to wear off, I start to feel like I'm turning channels again, like I'm only getting fragments of things.
Okay.
Like it's just too busy, I guess. Um, but
That
yeah,
anxiety of everything going
yeah,
around. Okay.
yeah. And so I just get tidbits of a whole bunch of different things. I
Mhm.
just get thoughts and ideas of, a whole bunch of different things, and nothing really plays through until, yeah, I sit down and focus. And yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, as parents, with our kids, we have, and again, Kenyana, I'm not saying start your baby on medication. If you can hold off, then that's beautiful. I wish I could, but sometimes we have to weigh things, because we don't know how they're feeling, but we have to look, like Linda said, at the behaviors. We want them to be calm. We want them to be okay. And if it's something that's going to help them, we want to do it. If you can go a natural route, if you find something natural that'll help him in the brain of his, right? That would be beautiful. And tell me about it when you do. Definitely. Lisa says, also, she is tiny. And I was wondering about vitamins. I ordered, what is that? Eleola. Saw it, and some are having good results. Have anyone tried this? I haven't heard of that. Have any of you? Mr. Charles, you heard of that?
No, that's news to me. I've never heard of that at
Okay.
all. I mean, my mom gave me some vitamins, not multiple vitamins, though. She gave me specific vitamin supplements to address nutrients that she knew I was missing out on.
Yeah, now I just started using lion's mane, to see if that would help, him come. You want to say hi to everybody? So we're going to see. It's only been a month, but nothing
Hi,
as of yet.
DeAndre.
You want a hot dog? You just ate.
He would disagree with that. He would say he only 7.
Okay. He just finished eating a whole, and I'm talking about a big plate of those potatoes. Ari, hold on one second. Let me call his sister because he gonna bug me. Hold on. Ari. And see, I thought it was the clonidine that was making him eat like that. But when we took him off the clonidine and he's only on the trazodone, it was like he stopped for a minute, but now he's back. Now it's back. So I don't know. I don't know. I just give him a hot dog. He's not gonna be satisfied until he gets something.
And these
It
vitamin combinations that exist now they had not been invented when I was growing up. So Uh, these
Yeah,
vitamin combinations that exist now had not been invented when I was growing up, so
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't know anything about them. Um, the only things I know about vitamin combinations are like the one I take, Preservision Arids, but that's for glaucoma.
and Ella Ola is multivitamin, and people people with autism take it, and it said something about helping sensory issues.
Or actually,
But
I should
it's a
say,
multivitamin.
actually, I stand corrected. It's for macular degeneration, but still for my eyes anyway. For older people's eyes. Yeah, but
I have a
One second, y'all. They're making noise in the background. One
okay.
second.
yeah, the
I
18
believe
year
doing your
old.
own research.
If your 18-year old is dependent on you, if you're supporting your 18-year old, yes, you can claim your 18-year-old in your tax return. Now, if your 18-year-old has a job and is earning money, uh, then there are some special considerations that follow when your 18-year-old files taxes, or when you file taxes on your 18-year-old. There's some special considerations that affect that. If the young person is earning money, but if that person is dependent on you, you can still claim them.
And it's also dependent on disability and disability income, and also if they're a student or not. Um, so hopefully that gives some information. I believe doing your own research about medications your child is the on research about medications your child is on is the best thing. Yes. This is my son turned 18 and I still, oh, that's the same
That's what I
thing.
was just answering. Yeah,
Clonazepam. Um, ADHD medications made my Molly's behaviors 10 times worse. Which ones did they put her on, Victoria? Kelly says Xanax was horrible. Xanax is the same class as clonazepam and lorazepam, which I said Emily had the issue with, and then DeAndre with the clonazepam. I think Xanax is alpazoram, and that would make sense. Again, another reaction. Um, Kenyana says his neurologist also suggested anti-anxiety meds as well, but I declined those two. They told me to watch out for puberty though. Um, he hasn't gone back to school after the winter break yet, Teresa? I think, yeah, I think Emily's been back 1 week now.
I'm
Um,
saying, wow, they have a good break.
I know. I was wondering, so Teresa, do they get snow week in February? That I think it's the President's Day week. Kelly says Jordan is on buspirone, diazepam, and clonidine. He's doing well. And
well, that's
buspirone is for anxiety. Diazepam is too. And then clonidine. Clonidine has many purposes.
yeah. Again, this is why as we say, there's no one size fits all answer to questions about medication. And why, though, I said, you know, go with the kind of vibes you have about that doctor, because if you trust that doctor, then go ahead and try what the doctor prescribed. And if it doesn't work out well, then go back to the doctor, and he or she should be able to work with you on something else. But if you're leery about trusting that doctor, then maybe get a second opinion.
I think a big thing about that too is a doctor a doctor can come up with a medication or a combination of medication, and it may affect your child adversely where it's not benefiting. And I think of course, it's not the doctor's fault that that happens because like trial and error. But the thing is that I think to determine if the doctor is right or not is, will they listen to you? Will they hear the issues that came up with the medications, and are they willing to work with you to find a solution and to test other things or to try other things, other options? So I think when it comes to um deciding on whether the doctor is good or not, I think the communication and the willing to work with you is a big thing.
Yeah, that's right. Because the thing is, what you have to worry about with doctors and medication is that pharmaceutical companies give free samples to doctors, and sometimes that can influence, what medications the doctor, will prescribe for patients. And but a good doctor will, look at the whole picture. What's really best for this patient? Never mind. I mean, this other company give me all the free samples they want, but if this isn't, if what I know isn't telling me that this is what this patient needs, I'm going to prescribe something else.
And I would suggest to anyone, because I know, like, um, towards the beginning of our journey, I can remember the doctor saying to me that we have a new medication for ADHD, and they would, I think how she put it, part would be placebo, and the other part would be the actual thing. And would I be willing, to give it to DeAndre? I was like, oh no, you're not. No, you're not doing that kind of trial.
What was it? Was that years
I
ago?
can't remember because it was way back,
Mm-hmm.
but I can remember her, asking me if I wanted to participate.
Mm,
And no, we're not doing no trials. I need something that it's gonna work, and we
hmm.
don't know what this medication is gonna do because you don't even know that much about it.
And yeah, and not to mention the testing on a medication, a new medication. No, we don't want to do that, right?
Right.
But then on the flip side, a placebo. Okay, so some of the pills are real, some of the pills are not real. So we're just gonna let DeAndre suffer and have time passing or not because we don't know.
You let us know when he acts this way, what color pill he took, or I don't know. You know, like
Yeah.
no, we're not gonna do this. We are not gonna do this. What is this?
Yeah, I mean those trials, you got to think about them. Because I remember reading several years ago about a college student who, she could use a little extra money, so she agreed to participate in a trial of an antidepressant. And so on any given day, the people in the trial were given either the drug or a placebo, and they didn't know which they were getting. The day they switched her from the antidepressant to the placebo, she committed suicide.
Oh my god. See? I'd be like, count me out. No, no. Exactly, Linda. We had a mood diary for Jordan because we were experiencing with his meds. He would see his doctor every month to figure things out. A very long road. Yeah, yeah. Adriana says, my 26-year-old autistic son wants us to drive him around town constantly. This became a more frequent occurrence, especially post pandemic. Okay. So when you say drive him around town, does he have specific places he likes to go? Um, does he even have the capacity to learn how to drive, or he just likes to get in a car and go?
Hey,
To
Sonia.
benefit from that as far as like making it something that he can work towards or earn or have certain behaviors
Yeah.
for,
If you want
because
to
it's
go
all
X, come, you have to
exactly.
do X
Yeah,
or
that's
Y.
yeah, when you can find something like that, that's always good that you have something, okay, first we're gonna do this and then we go for a ride. It's always something good to have that because sometimes you might sit there and think, man, what can and there's just nothing that you can think of that they want, that you can kind of I don't want to say it, but bargain with, I guess.
All right. Oh, and you guys, Linda, you guys
Mhm.
aren't affected by the fire, right? You're on the
Oh
other
no,
side.
no. No, we're
Okay.
about 5, 6 hours north.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There, you're in the Sacramento area, right, Linda?
Sacramento, San Francisco, right in the middle.
Yeah, right
Okay. It's
between
like
that.
in the
So
middle.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, my
Much
prayers
farther
go
north.
to out to everyone who's affected. That it's just terrible what's going on out there. I'm
That's
so sorry.
crazy.
I have a
Yes.
sister-in-law who lives in L.A. and she says although her area is not immediately affected, she says that she might have to, you know, get out of her house. She might have to evacuate. That it's she's not out of the woods where she is.
Yeah. Well, hopefully everything will be okay for her. Teresa says, nope, not yet. What is that
Oh,
in reference to?
I think she's saying that he didn't go back to school yet, that he's just going to.
Oh, okay. They
Yeah,
got
that
a
was it.
nice little
Yeah.
vacay. Victoria.
Uh
While we're here, Victoria has a new group, which is an Autism and Us affiliate. It is Autism and Us, and I hope I got this right, Victoria. Autism and Us is it Southeastern Kansas local group. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if you are in that part of Kansas locally, I have Victoria put it uh, in the link in the chat area. Make sure you connect the group to the page, Victoria, under group affiliation. That way, it'll come on my list. But yeah, for anybody who's in Kansas,
Yeah,
and Victoria is the admin. She said, "God, I cannot pronounce that."
Guafacine.
Scene.
Guafacine. and,
Wafasi, okay,
and
Ritalin, and
Ritalin.
one other that I don't remember. Okay, those were the medications Molly was on, right?
Yeah. And Kenyana says Daniel went back to school last week but missed Friday due to snow. Oh, you're in Georgia, right? Georgia or Florida?
Yeah, I seen that snow in
Mm-hmm.
Georgia. I was like, wow.
It was a lot too.
Yes, I said, well, better
Mhm.
you guys than us. Then the next day we start getting snow. I was like,
Every time I see it snowing in
Yeah,
Detroit,
just
I'm
a
like, oh, Nita's
tiny.
happy.
We just got a tiny bit of the snow from that system. We got at most 2 centimeters, if even that much.
oh, you
Oh,
guys got very little.
yeah. That's the
Mhm.
kind of snow that snows and is gone.
It's gone. Hits the
Hmm.
ground and it's
Yeah.
gone.
Uh, Teresa says we get President's Day off. Oh, so we went back to school a week early. So she's only like hour and a half from me.
Okay.
So we went back to school a week ago, but then the President's Day, the entire week they get off, which is good
Ah,
because and they said they call it Snow Week because people go to the ski and the
uh,
snow resorts and stuff one more time for the season before it ends, and
oh,
that's in
wow.
February.
Snow week.
Well, that's
Well, we
cool.
get a winter break, but it won't be. It's funny because they get winter break in February and spring break in March.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Is this year is spring break in March or April?
It's in March.
Is
I
it
looked
really?
at, yeah, I looked at the calendar. It says We get February for winter break, and then the next month you'll get
Oh,
your spring break.
yeah, and then go back for yeah, after Easter is that stretch until Memorial
Mhm.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was growing up, the only winter break we got was for Christmas and New Year's. We didn't get a February break.
Yeah, we didn't either, and I'm in the same school district that Emily is in. We
I
didn't
think
have
we
that.
had, of course, that was back before President's Day was invented. It was back when
Lincoln and Washington.
yeah, yeah, Washington's birthday was kind of universal.
Hmm.
Lincoln's birthday was local. New York State observed Lincoln's birthday. I'm not sure if Connecticut schools did or not. I don't remember now. I know, no, we got Washington's birthday off February 22nd. Lincoln's birthday is February 12th.
Okay.
And so that's why, Nixon, when he came out with the Monday holiday law, it was, he made it, just combined them into President's Day, made it the third Monday in February, whatever day of the month that happens to fall on.
And I think this weekend, I think is, I mean, not this week, next weekend is Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah. And by the way, are we having the live discussion next week?
not for no.
Okay.
MLK Day holiday weekend. We will not be on.
Okay. So that's why I asked. So the next discussion will be 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Yeah. So is it next week?
Yeah, it is
Wait,
next
let me
week.
see. Yeah,
It
it
is
is.
next week.
Today's the
Wow,
It's the
this
12th.
third.
month
Yeah.
is going by
Hmm.
fast.
It's
Yeah.
the third Monday in January, and
Wow.
Wow.
next Monday is the third Monday in January. So yes, it is next week.
Wow. That's something. Time is going by really fast. Okay. We go back tomorrow. We have had 3 feet of snow. Alice has asked every day to go to school. 3 feet of snow. Where you at?
Was she in Michigan?
Yeah.
No, maybe
I
that was
thought, no,
Lori.
Lisa.
Yeah, I
Maybe I
was thinking
got it
maybe
mixed up.
Lori.
I know
It's in
somebody's from
Arkansas.
Dowagiac, but I don't think she's
13.
one from Dowagiac.
Get on out this house. The only time they get school days off is if it's a snowstorm and the roads, they know the roads are going to be slick. So if it's below freezing or something like that, there's a lot of ice, they'll get a day off. But other than that,
So there doesn't have to necessarily be snow. It could be freezing and
freezing.
then the ice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be below freezing.
Yeah. Oh my
Where it's
goodness. Yeah.
like really frigid
Hmm.
temperatures where, when you go outside, yeah, your skin hurts because it's so cold.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
say,
and yeah, that
I don't know.
combined with ice. Yeah,
You don't want to know. You know what? I
yeah,
used to hate those days when I would have to go to work because we had to go to work regardless, and it'd be so cold. You sitting in the car waiting, hurry up, heat, hurry up,
Yeah.
trying to drive and don't want
I
to get
wonder
out of
what.
the car.
So I wonder what part of the country Lisa is from.
Oh yeah, let me see it. Where are you? Where are you at, Lisa?
West Virginia.
Oh, she says, oh
Oh,
yeah,
West
West
Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, yeah, they're
Okay.
yeah up in particularly in the mountain country. You get a lot of snow.
Teresa says we get 3 weeks off for Christmas vacation. Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, most we got off was sometimes it came to almost 2 weeks, depending on the day of the week that Christmas fell on.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go. We're gonna read through the rest of these and call it a night because we were a little late. So for the next 10 minutes, we'll finish off the comments here. And in the meantime, I'm gonna put the link in if anyone wants to come up real quick. If you have anything you'd like to share, if you have a business or you just want to share something motivational, inspirational, feel free to tap on that link and come on up. Okay, go ahead, Linda.
Okay. Any advice for my autistic son who's almost 9 with chronic constipation, non-potty trained yet? Still been trying but refuses to sit on the toilet. He withholds his stool every week and has been on laxatives and Miralax and still doesn't go normally. Is this common?
Wow. Even with, wow, you can imagine that must really, hurt him to be holding it, especially with a laxative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the laxatives ever work for him? And um I can't remember if it's Citracil or not Mucinex, Citracil or Metamucil. Um, I'm pretty sure it's Metamucil. It You will never get used to it. It will always work. Whereas every other laxative that you take, your body will start to get used to, and it won't work for long. You can only take
Wow.
it periodically. So only Metamucil is the one that works, and it should just work just like as if you were eating uh, fully, like fully balanced diet.
Yeah. And then
So
the other,
you could talk to the doctor about that one.
Yeah, and therapy. Don't forget about
Mhm.
therapy.
the other thing is prunes or prune juice, or
But if he's
known
not
natural
going,
active.
yeah, if he's not going with, laxatives,
Mhm.
and he's holding it in.
And then our kids are picky with their food
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's not the easiest thing. And then another thing I seen just recently, this little girl, she had an issue like this, and it ended up being her she had back problems. And it was just
Really?
she just needed her back adjusted, but when they figured that out, she would have it done periodically, and then she was regular. But it actually, yeah, so it's not always related to, the gut. It could be
Okay.
other things. It could even be something that he's eating, that maybe he's eating something with too much dairy, or yeah, of course it could be a lack of what he's eating, but there are certain things that will cause you to be constipated,
Yeah. Poor
regularly.
baby.
Hmm.
Or I can imagine, the suffering from that though. Just thinking about it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And they
Okay,
said,
there's the link to the Southeastern Kansas Autism and Us group. So if you are a part of that locale, make sure you tap on the link and join. Um, yeah.
4 inches of ice.
What was that?
Joshua has been out of school for a week and no school tomorrow. If we get a dusting, they call off school, and plus we got like 4 inches of ice.
Where
yeah,
are you
well,
again?
yeah, ice will definitely,
Yeah, if you're not used
pull.
to if you're not used to the ice and snow, they definitely shut down everything. I
Mhm.
know, is it South Carolina, North Carolina that had snow, they shut down everything. I know in parts of Mississippi, once it snows, they shut it down because they don't have the resources like we do. Like we have city salt trucks that are just sitting
Yeah.
at the bottom of the freeway ready to go. Whereas if you in a more southern state, what are you worried about salt for, right?
Like
Well, there's
protecting our
also the fact
tires
that
and
in
chains and
in
things like
some of
that.
these places, they get a lot of, or when they do get winter weather, it comes in the form of freezing rain, and that
Okay.
means ice. I remember one time, when actually I was scheduled to give a talk that Sunday, and talk got canceled, and it was a good thing because the all in the apartment complex where Cindy and I lived in Charlotte, um, that morning, the sidewalks were all a sheet of ice.
Yeah. Victoria says, I'm out for the night. Have a good evening. You too, Victoria.
Good night, Victoria.
Good night. Good night. Spencer says, what do you guys do with your kids that tear up everything they get Joshua got a new dresser, tore it up within a month. Excuse me. I had to get him a metal one. Oh, wow. Got him one of those autism swings you hang from the ceiling. He tore it up. Is it the material? I mean, is he a scratcher or he just likes to pull apart things?
Do you want to go get him some shampoo?
Kelly says it's next week. My birthday is the 19th. Grand 060. All right. Well, since we won't be on, happy early birthday to you. And I hope you enjoy your 60th. Party like a rock star.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Teresa.
Hey, Teresa.
Hey, Teresa.
I see you, girl. I'm just trying to get through these comments so we can get to the end here. West Virginia, we get it. Oh, you get it all. One of those all season states. I would love it below. Oh no, Spencer, no, you.
No.
We have been at like -5, and when I say it's cold, it will literally, if you are not wrapped up, you will hurt. Every bone in your body will ache. You have to have your face covered. I mean, all of this has to be covered. And if you can, wear a couple pair of pants.
Yeah, I remember how cold it got when I was in college. You know, it was 60 years ago, but I still remember, you know, from going to class at Michigan State, East Lansing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gets cold. My son does this. He's 10.
Wow.
Sometimes they work, but even with enemas and suppositories, it takes 4 days to fully. Oh, wow. Okay.
My son has the same issue.
What, constipation?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you guys
It's
do, Teresa?
basically for him, it's a lack of fiber, and whatever he eats.
So you have to try to incorporate a lot of fiber.
More fiber, yes.
In this diet. Okay.
Get him to eat more fruits and all that that has a lot of fiber in it.
Okay.
Yeah, and at times in my childhood, I had issues with constipation. So the doctor, one pediatrician at least, used to prescribe enemas, but anyway, and they worked. They got it out of me, got it through me. But other times, other pediatricians recommended mild laxatives when necessary.
But we now see in a couple of weeks he goes to see a gastroenterologist.
Okay.
I recommend it from his pediatrician that we be referred to a gastro doctor, so we can figure out what's going on and all that.
Okay. And Spencer is in Missouri. Missouri gets pretty cold.
Yeah,
right?
and a lot of snow. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Depends on what part of Missouri you're in, though. But the story I remember was visiting my late sister years ago. This was in Arkansas, and the last night of my visit, it snowed, and it was snowing into the following morning. And Jenny advised me to get on the road north, straight out of town, because she lived right inside the state line in Arkansas, in Eureka Springs, and that drive up that road is treacherous. But she was right, because as soon as you got into Missouri, the difference is like night and day, because as Jenny explained, Missouri is considered to be above in the snow belt, and so they get federal snow removal money. Arkansas does not.
Okay. Isn't that funny how just one state things change?
Yeah, and that's
You are so welcome, Kelly.
Because Arkansas does not get snow removal money from the federal government. Mm-hmm. Missouri does.
Next month, I have an IEP next month.
Okay. Well, we have another one. Actually.
Well, this one.
We have one coming on the 21st, I believe.
This one is his transition one to go into high school.
Okay. Well, very good. We did one just to get data for him in his new school earlier on. So now they're gonna do the actual IEP. So
and to figure out what high school he's going to.
so you oh I thought you had that set.
No, well, there's different high schools that he can go to, but we need to figure out which high school is going to be best for him
Okay.
and which school that has the classes that he needs and the specials that he needs and all that for his academics.
Okay.
And to choose if I want him to get an actual graduation certificate or a certificate of completion where he can go into the day, like our day programs
Okay.
after high school.
Yeah, that's really something to consider because if you want him to go to higher education, then the diploma is the way to go. If you want him to keep pursuing, and if you think he can handle that, diploma is definitely the way to go. But if you know in your heart, like I knew with DeAndre, I knew he wouldn't be able to handle college or even being in the workforce, without assistance. Um, I agree with, and because of the schooling he's been in an ASD self-contained room all his life. So the choice was obvious for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certificate of completion, yeah. So now he continues to get all the services he was getting before. Nothing has
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on to have his to continue his services, so
Yeah.
where he can get his speech therapy, life skills, and everything.
Now, even with the diploma, I will say there are other uh like here, Michigan Rehabilitation, they will help adults that need assistance in the workforce and even with school if they have their diploma, if they're having
Yeah,
minimal
a lot of them
issues.
have to be hooked up with VMRC here
Okay.
where I live, which we are not,
Okay.
because they will not take him back.
They won't take them back.
No, and they don't return. Yeah, go ahead and have your ice cream. Yeah, and they
Is
also
that a
basically
regional
say,
center, Teresa?
huh?
Is that a regional center?
Yes.
What's
So
VM
I've
center?
called them and they have not returned phone calls.
Mine
why
neither.
really?
Yeah.
Why would they not take them? Is there a reason? I mean,
It's on their eyes on who gets accepted into VMRC on their qualifications.
So
It's like
like
when he had epilepsy and he was on medication, they said, "Oh, he doesn't qualify for VMRC because his seizures are controlled by his medication," which they were not.
does he get Medi-Cal?
Yes.
And Medi-Cal has priority. Like so um when you have a diagnosis, Medi-Cal is attached to the regional centers, and like we didn't have to sign up or anything. It just was automatic. That's even where Emily got her diagnosis. Um I noticed with the workers lately, it seems like the turnaround is horrible right now. Like it seems like the workers are coming and going, like they're barely there. They don't last very long. But yeah, he should qualify because he's Medi-Cal and it's a Medi-Cal funded program. The
Well,
regional centers, that's where they get
I
their money from.
I called them back in April of last year, and they still haven't returned my voicemail, my phone call.
Yeah, I
April,
noticed
girl, you
Emily's.
supposed to be on the phone every other day.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
told
called them
I just
every
said.
single day and leaving
Mhm.
voicemails, and they still don't return my phone calls because I
Wow.
was trying to look for counseling, get him into some help with counseling for him because of what was going on
Okay.
and all that. And we were hooked up with hospice here, which is a community hospice center that takes dues counseling, but they've never worked with kids who are on the autism spectrum.
Do
So
you
they
have
told me to
medical?
call they told me to call VMRC, which I called, left messages, left about 15 messages on their phones. And then I called Sierra Vista, which they don't take kids who are on the autism spectrum until I finally found somebody which I have to pay out of my pocket.
You find? I mean, do you have Kaiser?
No, we have Health Plan of San Joaquin
Oh, okay.
slash
What's
Medi-Cal.
for the VMRC? What's VM stand for?
Valley Mountain Regional Center.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, let me look into that and I'll try to see if I can find something for Medi-Cal's counseling through that.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, help her
I
out if you
found
can.
somebody, and he's doing a really good job with my son and helping
You
him.
mm-hmm.
Since my son's been in counseling, he has brought up his grades to
Good.
3 B's and 3 C's.
Well, awesome.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Very
Ever
good.
since, and plus his counselor is a parent of an autistic child.
Oh, that helps, yeah.
Good.
So that really helps me because and the council also has ADHD. So he's familiar with ADHD and somebody with who's on the autism spectrum.
Yeah, well, you still need to get help getting into being a part of that regional center.
Yeah, I wish.
You never know.
Well, when he was 2, they tested him, but he outsmarted the psychologist there, and it says, "Oh no, he's not autistic. He's not on the autism spectrum."
Does he have an
Really?
autism diagnosis now?
Yeah, through the hospital.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
he should get it.
yeah.
The hospital will send everything over to regional center, so he should be qualifying for regional center with that. You know, I had been leaving messages at mine. Mine is North Bay, but I have just recently said because I started calling, I think in November, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just have to go down there. You know, you go down there and then they start acting different. You know,
Right.
they hear you all of a sudden, but
Whole different ball game.
yeah, exactly. Because you said you have to pay for the therapy out of pocket. That's
Yeah.
something, if Medi-Cal doesn't pay for it, that's something that you can say, hey, regional center, this isn't covered. I need you to cover this.
Yeah,
So it's
because
going to make a big difference to get back down there with regional center.
the counseling center we go to doesn't take insurance.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
North Bay Regional would pay for that. Those are the things that they cover when
So
insurance doesn't cover it.
even if you have to switch, you know, you
Yeah.
save
Yeah,
save your pockets because therapies are expensive.
Which
for sure.
his therapy is only $45
$45 for.
every 2 weeks. It's every other week he gets
So
counseling.
the insurance must be covering part of that. I'm assuming.
No,
And it's only
it
$45.
goes
Yeah.
by based on my income.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So that's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It used to be 100, and since I qualified through my income with my income and all that with welfare, it went down to $45. So like basically, he sees his counselor every other week.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. It's working.
Yeah. Yeah, it's working.
And he opens up. He's improved
Okay,
at school. He's improved at school with communication. He's
Okay.
interacting with other kids. He's
Very
Mr.
good.
Chatterbox in class in school too.
All right. So you guys, it's like 8:30. Real quick, Spencer says Joshua holds it just to be defiant. Okay, and will lie about holding it in and pooping in his pants. Oh wow. Kelly says my precious grandson was diagnosed with Crohn's. We are heartbroken. He's poor baby.
Yeah. Oh, that's rough.
I'm so sorry, Kelly. Yeah, that's got to be rough on him. Ashley says he's gone to a gastro doctor for years now and is a picky eater too. He's currently in OT to help him with fruits and veggies, but he still refuses. Any fiber replacements that you suggest? Anybody have any fiber suggestions?
Whole wheat. He needs to eat a lot. Whole wheat. Whole wheat has a lot of fiber in it.
Okay. Like what kind of things?
Whole wheat bread.
bread, whole wheat bread. Okay.
Frosted mini wheats are good too. The whole
And
wheat.
I love frosted mini wheats.
Me too.
Me too.
Love them.
Yeah. All brand cereal.
Mhm. And Spencer says drinks with fiber in it. Okay, you guys, I do apologize once again because we were running late because my computer decided to update as I was logging on. And Kelly says, be careful of gluten. Gluten, no, okay. But my computer was deciding to update in the midst of everything. So I do apologize for being a little late, but I thank all of you for showing up. I appreciate you, but we will be off for the holiday. It's MLK Day. We're going to take that weekend off and we will return the next weekend.
So
And
on
again,
Sunday the 26th.
yeah. And again, if anyone is in southeastern Kansas, make sure you check out Autism and Us, SEK. That's what's on her banner. If you're over in that area, make sure you check out that group. Lisa says, thanks everyone. I appreciate all the information. I'm going to get off. Check in later. All right. Hope to see you next time, Lisa. Kelly says, have a wonderful week. Book club. Yes. What's today? Today is the 12th. I'm going to announce the book in the book club on the 15th. You'll receive your package. I was supposed to send it out Friday, but I didn't do it. My weekend just so busy. But I haven't forgotten. So we're going to start on the book on the 15th. Temple Grandin. And I'm going to post that in the group. Mr. Charles, make sure you remind me.
Okay, I'll try to remember. Yeah, to remind you. Yeah. So that's this Wednesday.
I start school tomorrow too. So you guys, I'm a little slow. Please forgive me. So I have my first classes, so I got to get adjusted because it's been a while.
So what time on Wednesday?
Huh?
What time on Wednesday?
I'm gonna do an announcement before 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So yeah, please remind me.
Okay.
All right, but I got you, Kelly. I got you, girl. I got you. All right, everybody. Thank you once again for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Any last words, Linda?
Just everybody have a great week or a great 2 weeks.
Teresa.
Same thing.
Great week, Mr. Charles.
Everybody have a great 2 weeks, and look forward to seeing y'all in 2 weeks or on Wednesday for the book club discussion.
Announcement. All right, everybody.
Bye,
See you
everyone.
guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.